got ourselves team 1 together with Gosa, waiting for his turn. Oh, that's a beautiful looking mount. That thing looks great. Lotto on this team. I think he'll still try to figure out who's going to be next with Sorcerer, Web in the back, as well as Chicago also as his enhancement shaman this time. I like it. Oh, I haven't seen you play enhanced in a bit. Hack a Shadow over in team 2. We got us as Lath. Looks like he's gonna be first. Waiting his turn. Looks like it's gonna be Lotto first up. In the back, we got us as Life, Merlin, as well as Outer. As Lath charging right in. Lotto looking to back up out of there. I think there's a lot of times you've seen Lotto go first, right? Frizzy Trap on the Lath, but he does end up breaking two of the Death Chakra, which is still spinning around Lath. Turtle Shell just to get himself some manic bandages, trying to find himself some cover from all this chaos outside. As Lath goes in for yet another storm. Cannot be slowed down by a simple hunter unless you got a harpoon. Even harpoon doesn't do anything as he got himself a full vengeful retreat. Just slice it right through the hunter, slaughtering him in front of the arena, and just doesn't even give him a proper chance here. Breath by Sorcerer, looking for a sigil of fear. What is that sigil? That is so good. Hold on, I don't think that breath even connected, did it? Unless you trinket it, or maybe it was super short. I'm not even sure. Touching the Magi is up for Lath. It might be a little bit of trouble right now unless he pops defensives or unless he's very careful. Sorcerer looking to get himself around the corner with Lath while blasting him out with those missiles. Looking for a bit of a reposition with a blink. Touching the Magi slamming, but it doesn't do the most amount of damage as Lath looking to close that gap. Imprison onto Sorcerer for just a second. Nova to create some space. Arcane Sphere might just end you. Hold on. Darkness isn't enough right now though. No, it still gets hit. I don't know where you picked up health. I think it was maybe Battlemaster's Trinket? Possibly? Into an interrupt onto Sorcerer, got himself Fire Breath, at the very least Quick Invis just to reduce some of the damage taken as Lath trying to stay midair as much as possible. Big hunt to close that distance, big Ivy for that Metamorphosis, massive healing is back out for Lath. He's going to be in a good spot for a good while. Interrupt onto Sorcerer with an Ice Block to follow. Lath catching up quite a lot of healing while dampening is still fairly low, with Sorcerer looking for a reset entirely, just waiting out that entire Ice Block, recovering as much health as possible, as he doesn't really have access to shields or anything. Got him to blink, needs it all the time, into a freeze, Ring of Fire into Lath, should hopefully be able to get a bit of damage going. Arcane Surge while mobility is active. Lath might be in a ton of trouble, but does go for immunity. Touch the magic damage still builds up. Even if you're not directly hitting Lath, or while he's got immunity, touch the magic damage still counts everything. It still calculates exactly how much damage you did. And it can still do a big slam down either way though. As Lath does get to close the gap again, imprison for a moment. Meta not close enough to connect, close enough to get an interrupt though. Charges back in, breath on the Ivan to disrupted. The Sorcerer looking for another Ring of Fire. Lath with no health whatsoever. Missiles might be enough to take him down. Needs a big stun onto Sorcerer, and he can't wait to heal. I think it just might be over as he's setting out everything. Barrage does end up capping him at the end. Oh, that was a lot of back and forth. The mobility out of the two. Ice Block had to be used by Sorcerer is going to put him in a bit of a weirder spot, as the Life is going to be joining in as a balance to it. I love how whimsical these things look, man. This running animation is so good. This man means business. He's just running to do some business right now. I love it. A Sorcerer looking to get himself hopefully a safer angle, going for a trinket out of the root just to break out of the solar beam. As Life not walking into the Ring of Fire. He's just going to have to play a little bit slower by the looks of it. No! Sorcerer poking his head out just to get a bit of damage going. There's a lot of starbursts all over the place, so see if he runs into one by accident, it could be in a bad spot. That, or if Light picks one up and then goes to tackle Sorcerer, he'll be huge. Goes in for a Convoke, but Sorcerer's nowhere nearby, so he has to go for a self-heal. If he just rushes him right now, that could be huge. Hold on. That's what he's trying to go for. Picking up a star with him just to knock him up and do a bit of damage. Especially if you got yourself an Eclipse. That stuff is Arcane or Astral damage, so if you got an Eclipse, all of it gets buffed up. Dots are up. Sorcerer not in a great spot. Ice Block away for 2 more minutes. Life trying to see if he can land that corner, but he doesn't really get to with a knockback out. Sorcerer has a Fey Dragon on one side and a Druid looking to bring him a star on the other as soon as possible. Got himself at least a Ring of Fire. He can zone him out. That's the best he's got right now. Oh wait, interrupt is huge. Hold on. Life doesn't have any more defenses. Hold on. He might be in a lot of trouble. Baron for him. Offensive regen might be enough. Into a silence for just a second. Knocking him up. Looking for a clone. Catching up as much healing as possible. This man barely making it out of this one alive. I don't know if he's got cooldowns or not. It looks like full Fury of the Loon. Convoke is coming back up, so maybe he can make some work here soon. As long as he doesn't get interrupted, I think he'll be okay. Honestly, Convoke, while not in Boomkit form to catch up in healing, does force a kick, but Sorcerer is at low health right now. Went in super aggressively. He's still got regrowth and dampening isn't super high, so you can still get a lot of healing. Oh, you actually shift forms every time we go Boomkin. I actually like that. Look at that. We got different versions of you. I like that a lot. Arcane Sphere does actually build up quite a bit of it to knock him back, but Life still has the ability to regrow, dampening still. Hold on strong, almost get that starter burst to attack Sorcerer. Maybe hit him? I don't think so. Bash and Sorcerer does have a blink, or human racial rather, to break out. Got himself missiles. Hold on, Touch of the Magic. This could be huge. Could be a ton of damage. Touch of the Magic slams, but Life got himself Heart of the Wild. So it's plenty of healing. As long as he doesn't get interrupted, he'll be okay. Interrupting Sorcerer on Frost, as he got Icebox coming back up in 30, so it's actually kind of okay. All the time is up, so he's actually fine getting out there and blasting out Life. Actually, just Arcane blasting him, standing there like a power cannon. Hold on, Life might be in a ton of trouble. Got himself full burst potentially. The moons have aligned. Convoke with a mad... Is that a moon that dropped on the guy? He took an entire moon to the head and it's just fine. Cyclone last second. Ringrows to keep himself maintained. Barely at any health whatsoever. This man needs to find a way to finish off this druid as soon as possible. Trying to see if he can rob him. Hit him with a ring of... Rob him? Wait, ring of... Let's ring of power. Never mind. Ring of frost. Rob him? I guess? Doesn't really work anymore, as it's going to be full burst on a Sorcerer looking to recuperate some cooldowns with shifting power. With Merlin going to be up next. Red Paladins, normally not that great against mages, just because it's a ton of slows, ton of roots, and Paladins only have one hand of freedom. So against mages, it's just not a best matchup at all. Sorcerer trying to see if he can get away from Merlin. I don't even know where Merlin is exactly at. He's got a blink all over the map. Does have a blink to break out of that stun. Merlin got wings rolling in. Full Crusade, everything available. Icebox might have to come out for Sorcerer, trying to keep himself alive, but also maintaining that 40-yard max range away from Merlin, looking for some bursts of his own. Does he have any big setups? Touch of the Magic, everything is available. Merlin needs something. Shield of Vengeance needs to come out right now. Got himself a big blind onto Sorcerer for a second. Shield of Vengeance breaking through fairly quickly. The man just needs a couple more missiles and a barrage and he might just be done. I think it's over. Oh, he does end up taking it. With double rogue on the team too. Outlaw is running out with an adrenaline rush, sprinting in. Doesn't want to give Sorcerer a chance here. Does have a blink to break out of those stuns. Cloak of Shadows out of Rogue really early. That's an ice block. Immunity for immunity. Not a bad trade for the Rogue that is a shorter cooldown. But when you're this high to dampening, 7 minutes into the match, you have to do it. Otherwise, it's just death. At this point, all you can do is maybe hopefully position yourself where you can blink away from the Rogue. Nova him. Putting him away from you. You want to break the 30-yard range from the Rogue. It's an Outlaw, right? So it's like, normally I'd get out of melee. No, pistols, super scary. Does go for the kick, doesn't quite connect. Got himself grappled in order to stay in melee with you. Ring of Fire on the Rogue with Touch of the Magic. No cloak to stop it. That's going to be quite a bit of damage. Shake out of Sorcerer just to break out of that CC. Trying to see if he can collapse the Rogue. Hold on a second. Touch of that. Hold on. Rush. Oh, I think Touch of the Magic collapsed at the end. We just didn't see the animation. He does take it. Oh my goodness, Sorcerer, dude. Just the Gandalf the White over here, blasting these rogues out of here, man. This rogue got his pistols slinging bullets at him, and the man just spell slinging right back at him. Wild West. Not much of a Wild West in this kind of a scenario, right? The scenery. Honestly, can we get like a deserty map for like a Wild West style of arena? Maybe like somewhere in the Barrens or something, with like a couple of line of sight areas or whatever, right? So it's kind of fun, but like more of a deserty biome, or like western biome, I guess, in a way. Ring of Fire for Sorcerer does get hit with a kidney. There's nothing you can do. Hawkins is just, wait a second, that's a big heal. Hold on a second, that is Cloak of Shadows. Hawkins does not want to burn. Oh no, he does. There goes full death mark. For Sorcerer, I don't know how you live this death mark. That's a full Kingsbane. Everything is up on you, unless you got defensives out of the wazoo. Or at least control the rogue away from you. Those bleeds are rotting you down. You need a heal right now. You need mage food pronto. You might just die of a heart attack. And heart attack. There was. Once the rogue gets the bleeds on you, unless you got someone to mitigate them, and you'll use ult time really early there, unless you got someone to stop the bleeds or reduce the damage they do, anything at all, any kind of heal rolling, it is rough. And this high dampening makes it a little bit more difficult. Gosa catches an incap onto Hakis. He doesn't want to find out. He doesn't want to get hit by leg sweep. Blind, he's just avoiding him. Trinket into a Shadow Step Smoke Bomb. He's just trying to see if he can avoid him. He doesn't, just running from all these troubles into a gouge. He doesn't want to fight Gosa at all. He doesn't want to do any of this. I think he's going to go for Kidney Shot and just like run away, right? Kidney? There's a bleed. Karma doesn't want to fight into it. He's still looking for the reset. Gosa got plenty of mobility though, so you can only run away from the inevitable for so long. Got himself a second step to avoid him. Serenity's up for Gosa. Evasion for Kakis maybe? Does he have evasion? I think he might have already used the disarm. Cheap death maybe will help you. Does get a cheap shot. Hold on a second. Full dots are in. Oh, I was gonna say maybe if he had evasion, maybe that would have helped him there. But that's a rough one at the end. Sorcerer does bring 12 million damage for the team with 4 slain with 7.3 million healing. That mage healing is kind of nuts. Not gonna lie. Absorbs and like I think all the time still counts, but like the amount of health you can recover or damage you can prevent, I guess, if you want to combine them together, and it's quite up there. I have to use them one more. Okay, we'll get another one going.